Greetings YouTube, welcome to 0AD Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Cogan and this is the last 0AD Newbie Rush game of 2020, and like most things 2020 I think we're saying thank God for that. Bring on the new stuff, but this is a good one. So we'll quickly go through this. It's a 1v1, we're in midweek duel mode again. So just the two players. I'll go through them now. It's a small balanced mainland map, so all the resources should be nicely distributed. Our two combatants this week are Board Rusher in the red, rated 1714, playing as the Ghouls, and in the south of this, as I said, small balanced mainland map, we have, now how to pronounce this, I'm going for Dakirus. I will probably mix that up with several similar sounding names of players, but I'll go for Dakirus for now and probably get told how to correctly pronounce it in the comments after. Dakirus in the blue, playing as the Romans, rated 1780, so fractional advantage on paper to Dakirus, but nothing in it really. Two players in the 1700s, expect a good game. Let's have a look how they are shaping up. So Board Rusher has gone for a fairly traditional opening. He's got 4 women on the berries, no berry upgrade, and it's a mix of infantry and female citizens on a wood line here. First houses going up. Let's have a look at Dakirus and see how he's doing. So similar setup, 7 women on the berries. Has got the berry upgrade. I'm assuming that's because there is more berries within Dakirus's base here. Everybody else ploughing onto wood lines, houses, early barracks going up for Dakirus. There's nothing in the populations at the moment, 27 all. Slight advantage in terms of infantry to Board Rusher. The question is, will Board Rusher rush? Will Dakirus rush? He's got an extra couple of cavalry out now. Be interesting to see where they're going. Are they heading towards... They're not heading towards any hunt. I think they are scouting come harassing. So we'll see where they go. No sign of any additional cavalry from Board Rusher at the moment, who is somewhat known for his cavalry rushes. What have we got here? Farmstead, extra farmstead going down. All the hunt seems to be surrounding... yeah, it looks like the hunt is surrounding Board Rusher's base, whereas it's berries and a slightly less hunt surrounding Dakirus. Dakirus goes through one corner of the base, hasn't found anyone to hassle over there. Is it pulling out? I think... Whoa, they've stopped. Could be going back in. Population still pretty close, although it's just closed up again. Slight advantage to Dakirus, 37 now, 39, place 36. Infantry still definitely with Board Rusher, perhaps expecting rushes. And a bit of early cavalry hassle. Don't know how much the two players know about each other. Never come across Dakirus before. I've seen Board Rusher play a few times. I've been turned over quite notably twice by Board Rusher in various games. This is Dakirus now going in on some female citizens and running into a little bit of infantry. He's got 2 kills, so looking good. He's also gone in for early techs. I don't know if he's gone in for the farming one or the wood cutting one. Looks like, yeah, it's the wood cutting one and the berry gathering. So Dakirus taking advantage of the foods, also hunting as well. Here come those two cav units fresh from that raid. He's got a total of 4 cav now, so I think cav harassment will be a feature of his early game. No sign of anything like that from Board Rusher. So what's he doing at the moment? Let's switch on the production bar and let's see who's doing what. So nothing coming out for Board Rusher at the moment, and rather a lot of population coming out for Dakirus. There is a gap opening up. It's 50 plays 36. I think this is a ploy. I think Board Rusher has something up his sleeve, possibly. But you would say ordinarily that Dakirus was well on top here. 50 plays 36. with the possibility of more harassment to come. So we've got 5 horses this time, and he has found... Oh, he's found female citizens. There is infantry nearby. They haven't reacted. That's another kill. That's a 3rd for Dakiras, and a 4th and a 5th. So those 3 did not last long. The infantry are retreating back to the CC. The women haven't gone in yet. They're building a tavern. Oh, I can never pronounce it. It's a tavern. Let's put it that way. 6 kills for Dakiras. Now, has he established enough of a lead? The lead is 20 in terms of population, and the Cav are still hanging around. Corpses of the people they murdered still littered about, mixed in with some deer. It's like a sacrificial altar over there. Dakiras hanging back, but not pulling back completely. I think he fancies trying to take advantage of Board Rusher thinking it's all over, getting people back out.
Yeah, see?
What have we got down here? Only 3 female citizens, the rest are infantry. And most of those infantry are skirmishers, so they can get them from range. He's going in on this group over here. Yeah, he's gone straight past them and now goes into them. Is he going to get some further kills? 7th kill. And an 8th. And now they're making their escape. I think he's going to lose 1. So he's lost 1 horse, and there's 1 there pretty close to death. Are the 4 going to stay hanging around? It's not made any additional, so I think once... I think he's aiming to get to phase 2. Speaking of phase 2, Board Rusher. So has lost 8 and only killed 1, and has got only 42 population, although slight infantry advantage, placed 69. He has phased up incredibly early. That was on about sort of 6 minutes. And I think this is the reason why we are going to see our old friends, the Naked Fanatics. We saw one expertly put to use by ISAM96 I think it was last week. And that was a pretty impressive display. We'll see. We're definitely, here we go. We are seeing lots of Board Rusher producing lots of Naked Fanatics. So is that going to be a game changer for him? So we're going to see phase 2 harassment. Dakiras taking his time getting to phase 1. It's 7 minutes in. He's keeping pace with it. He's now producing skirmishers and female citizens. It's all Board Rusher is producing all Naked Fanatics at the moment. I keep catching myself. I want to call them Board Fanatics. They're not doing anything at the moment, so they must be pretty bored. They're on the move now. So we've got 2 Naked Fanatics and a ranged cavalry unit coming in, and another Naked Fanatic bringing up the rear here. And it's coinciding with Dakiras' switch to farming. So lots of female citizens to target. They're hanging back for a minute. But in the meantime, there's also another raid going on. There's a Naked Fanatic chasing after the 4 horses. And the Naked Fanatics at the bottom are going in. So we're going to see kills from either side. There's only 2 female citizens up there in infantry. In come the Naked Fanatics and the single horseman at the bottom. So Board Rusher quickly gets 3, 4 kills, 5 kills. In addition to the it's going up all the time. It's almost equalised the kill count. What became of that raid? I think they lost all their horses there. That wasn't good. So that did not go well for Dakiras. I think he lost his entire cavalry and has now absolutely turned the kill rate around. It's 16 kills, plays 10. And they just keep running into more female citizens. They just came out of that house, ran straight into, lost another 18 kills now for Board Rusher, plays 10. And straight into infantry. I think he's going to lose a few here. But there's a flanking manoeuvre. There's a lone Naked Fanatic coming in on a group. I don't want to pick on them. There's 16 skirmishers there. He's quickly navigated around them. But this is still going on up here. They're getting Morkers, 19. This one has expertly sidestepped them all, taking not too much damage. And is now going in on the field. So he's got another 2 kills there. It's 20. So this could be a tactic, possibly. He's left another one. He is retreating. This one's causing mayhem. It's got 23 kills now in total and forced the women back inside. Populations have narrowed up a little bit. It's 70 for Board Rusher, plays 87. But Board Rusher obviously in phase 2. And Takira's stuck in phase 1. And I think we're going to see more hassle. That Naked Fanatic is still hanging around. He's on health 7, but he's timed it to get stuck in just as the women came out. I think he'll have to retreat now as another 3 come in from the north. And there's some easy kills in the middle. There was some statuesque female citizens. We've gone for this lot here. So it's 18 of them unprotected. And the infantry finally come in. It's 27 kills now. And they've split up, and one's going for the fields, the other 2 are up here. And this is absolutely starting to hurt Takira. So Board Rusher has actually turned this around. He's now gone into the lead population-wise. He's at pop max at 80, but Takira's down to 73, having lost 39. And he's still got one bit of Naked Fanatic trouble over here. I don't know if this one will be effective, but there's another on this flank that could still come in. They're at low health, but they're just sort of... I think he might lose that one. No, that one's going to get by the skin of his teeth. And are they retreating now? They're only retreating about halfway up the map, keeping an eye on things. I think they're being called back, but there are more in the pipeline. Let's see how Board Rusher's phase 2 is going. I think we're seeing towers going up there. Probably seeing an additional barracks. Any other phase 2 buildings? So... and still just a sentry tower there. So not too worried about getting to phase 3. I think was more interested in perhaps evening things up with the use of the Fanatics. We're now seeing, I think this is a much larger scale attack. What have we got here? They're going straight the way down the middle of the map. It's a bit of a blind spot, and there is a lot of them. I think this entire contingent here are going in for the attack. We have got 2 cavalry, range cavalry, 11 naked fanatics, 31 skirmishers, 8 Celtic slingers, and 2 spearmen. They've been spotted by this contingent of 2 swordsmen and 31 skirmishers. They're into formation and they're coming in. And how is this going to work? Are they going to disperse and release the Fanatics in amongst the fields, or are they just going to try and make light work of this lot? Some of them are diving into the barracks, the rest are running away. I don't think Takiras fancies the numbers that are coming in at him, and it's going horrifically at the moment. That's 45, 46... 47, 48 kills, 49, 50 kills for Board Rusher, plays just 11. So this has been a devastating attack already. Dakiris has responded and brought his skirmishers in close, but the naked fanatics now have been unleashed. The female citizens are... where have they gone? They're not in the CC, so I think they've had to retreat to houses. Naked Fanatics have been largely dispensed with. I'll bet there's more sneaking somewhere around the side. This has definitely changed the complexion of things. This puts Board Rusher 79 population, plays 44 and dropping. 112 kills, 113 kills, 15, plays 45. There's only one person doing the killing, and that's Board Rusher. I think the contingent he's got left in there now, it's mostly skirmishers and slingers. Interesting. Are they retreating? Is their work done, or are they going to fight to the death? They've got Takiras down to a population of 36. He's desperately having to produce more troops, and that is probably an advantage now that Board Rusher can definitely work with. There's another barracks going up. I think we will now see a surge to phase 3, and if he gets, Dakiris is not even out of phase 1. He is in massive trouble. Still got one naked fanatic healing up. He hasn't got any hidden drop bag. Is he producing any more? Not at the moment. He's producing slingers, and I think that might be the order of the day there. He's getting all of his farming and infrastructure upgrades. Naturally, Dakiris trying to produce women, but having to replenish his infantry as well. The numbers, it has to be said, don't look good for Dakiris. Board Rusher has a population of 85, plays his 49. 52 infantry, plays 22. So the numbers are definitely favouring Board Rusher at the moment, and more naked fanatics coming out. A steady slew of them. He's got how many now? I've got one down here, one convalescing in CC. Has he got a temple up yet? He has, but nobody in there. A lot of infantry. He's really stepped on the gas. It's now 94, plays 58. He's still nowhere near phase 3. Needs another 2 phase 2 buildings and quite a lot of stone and metal, but mining is on the go. His farming operation is fairly small scale. I don't think he's done any further hunting. There's still lots of hunt carcass over here if he needs extra food, and untapped hunt over here. But I think Board Rusher now has got basically all he needs to go for the jugular. Dakiris is struggling for food. He's having to produce female citizens to repopulate all those farms that were ravaged by the naked fanatics. And I think this is another harassment coming in. This is another 3 naked fanatics and a single cav unit. That was his initial mode of attack, and that caused no end of problems. Just those 3 simple units. What is there nearby? I mean, he's only got a total of 37 infantry at all, so it's kind of a similar level he was at when Board Rusher first started attacking. They're definitely coming in on the fields. 3 unfortunate infantry guys down there, and I think he's going to lose all of them. They're not in a position to put up a fight. One has died already. The women have already been diverted. It's not putting any in the CC. And they're getting free targets here. It's now 124 kills for Board Rusher. He's coming in seemingly as he pleases. There's there's one sentry tower, nobody in it. And found another victim there, 125. Just picking off loose bits and odds and sods here. Eventually, Dakiris brings infantry over. So he's having to shift from one wood line to another. There's a couple of skirmishers in the barracks. The women are back out, but they're going to get assaulted again now. He does manage to get them all in time this time, but there's a few here that aren't going in. They've got nowhere to go. There are some houses, but if he goes round and goes in, he might fancy taking on this small group of infantry up here. It's only 3 skirmishers. Quick kills possibly here. There's 126. Yeah, and we have, while this is still going on, I think he's going to probably sacrifice these. This is distraction tactics. Dakiris he's got plenty of wood, but he's still struggling for food. It's caused massive interruptions to his food supply. Board Rusher has in the meantime got another CC up over here, and 18 slingers, 3 skirmishers carrying out woodcutting duties over there. And how close is he to phasing up at this point? So still needs another 1 entity of town class building. Dakiris still hasn't phased up. He's now going to phase 2 very, very late in the game. What's that? 18 minutes. 18 minutes 42. That is way too late. So he has been massively hampered by these harassment efforts. and they've stopped for the minute. I think Board Rusher is now focusing, getting that last that last entity of town class up. He's got a temple, another temple going up, and another CC going up. So that should put him in a position to upgrade. He just needs stone and metal. And if this one goes up, that basically really shrinks down territory that Dakiris can expand into. Denies all this hunt, denies these berries here, which really should have been his. He's not bothered to go out and check these out. He's been somewhat hamstrung completely by the intensity of the harassment from Board Rusher. So it's been a really mature sort of performance. I think he had a game plan. I thought it was curtains at the beginning when he phased up early, had a population deficit and had lost 10 troops in the first exchange. To turn it around the way he has, albeit with a phase 2 champion that is perhaps somewhat overpowered, but that's probably the best display of the use of the Naked Fanatic that I think I've ever seen. It was pretty brutal. Possibly Dakiris didn't really help himself by having no towers earlier on. He's got phase 2 now. He's hastily put up 2 towers. He's got market going up and blacksmith. So Dakiris could actually be in a position to get to phase 3 faster than Board Rusher. Board Rusher is just waiting for about 300 stone, 300 metal. Deciding not to raid the market at this point. He's got all the resources lying around in his territory. As we see lone cavalry unit from Dakiris checking out what's going on. This is going to make very grim viewing for him. Everywhere he looks there is expansion. Hard to see an obvious weakness where Dakiris could break through. Dakiris has caught up a little bit on population, but there is still a hefty deficit. 171 for Board Rusher, plays 123. Board Rusher now raiding the market for, what is he raiding? He's metal for stone, so he's trying to go for stone. Lacking just 150 odd metal now, but metal mines are on the go. That horse is being allowed to just scout straight the way through. It's not really any strategic issue. If he wanted to kill it right now, he's just letting it go through. I don't think he really minds that you could see all this. There's no point attacking anything. It needs defences and it needs numbers. Ooh, what are we seeing here? Bit of confrontation over this end. We're seeing numbers going down. I think somebody strayed in. Dakiris, his population is falling. It's another Naked Fanatic attack. It's a single Naked Fanatic killing female citizens. I couldn't understand why Dakiris' population was suddenly plummeting. It's plummeting because this Naked Fanatic is getting stuck into the female citizens again. It's 145 kills now for Board Rusher. Plays just 50. Can't tell if that's yes, 51 because that Naked Fanatic has been done. There is still a bit of confrontation over here. I think it's towers shooting at each other. Dakiris has now massively tried to boost his population. He's churning out, well, it's 10 female citizens and 5 skirmishers, and he's phased up. He's phased up ahead of Board Rusher, which is impressive, and has the foundations for a fortress going down. But he doesn't really have the resource. He's having to massively raid the market. I think he's better off going for numbers and armaments, really. Is he has he got any upgrades? Another Naked Fanatic goes in. This is so disrupting this food supply. I don't think this one will be quite as successful. 152 kills, but he's just going in at the same fields again. No defences there. Nobody in the CC to shoot at. No infantry. He's going to get more. It's 154 kills, 155.
Yeah, see?
And he's still on half health. He's going to get at least one more, surely. Yeah, as he moves away, he goes in on this field now. It's almost like Dakiris is unable to do anything about this. So We are now seeing both players phase 3, so Board Rusher was not long after Takiris and getting to phase 3. His fortress is going up now. Takiris trying to get a entrenched military camp, so trying to get 2 areas where he could build siege from. He's got 1 battering ram coming out. I think Board Rusher's going to try and deny this, and I think he's going to be successful. Has, out of interest, Takiris has got no upgrades at all. And it's more kills for Board Rushers, 170, so they're going to deny that. And what have we got over here? We have a raid over here. It's a whole load of ranged infantry, a lot of slingers and skirmishers, and a couple of spearmen. And they are making light work of everything that Takiris has got over there. The ram has come out. It's got nowhere to go. It's just going to get taken down. What is Takiris trying to do? Is he trying to get another base out over this side? He's being outflanked on both sides. Coming through here. 3 rams of his own, only 50 seconds away. And these guys are in serious trouble. All of those slingers and skirmishers are coming in and they're having to retreat to towers. Almost lost a load of towers. And these guys have been ambushed on the other flank and they're being rapidly... There's 203 kills, plays 81, 204. It's turning into a slaughter. I don't think Takiris is going to be able to turn this around, and I think he knows it. He's got 1 ram out, 1 in the fort, a dwindling population. He's got nearly 100 less. If he has resigned. So without siege being called upon, Board Rusher basically rushed and harassed and generally outflanked Takiris into submission. What a game, what a performance. Let's have a look how that shaped up. As you can probably guess, in the best traditions of 0 AD Newbie Rush, Board Rusher himself submitted that game. We did have a break with tradition on the Sunday game where both Hamdi and ISAM96 submitted a game that they both played in almost simultaneously. And strangely, they were both on the losing side, but it was such an epic game, I could see why they did it. But in this game, back to form, submitter was Board Rusher, who pretty much outplayed Takiris in that one. Called him cold. Roman's not particularly great against a really fast developing Celtic Civ with a very aggressive player, so maybe should have picked a different Civ to try and counter it. I'm not sure if it was random or not. But 2 very capable players. I thought Takiris had the advantage early on, but the scores there reflecting across the board that it was very much Board Rusher's game. If we look at the good old kill-death ratio, those naked fanatics and the sheer amount of murdering they did is a kill-death ratio of 2.3, which is pretty good in any game. Plays 0.43. Was Takiris ever in that? Let's have a look at the... this is an interesting stat. Takiris was training at a number vastly in excess of what Board Rusher was producing. If we look at the losses, that right there supplements that first naked rush, naked fanatic rush, and the continued harassment there, then a second one. And then that big incursion over there. And then that minor incursion towards the end whilst Board Rusher was getting his CCs up. Took the unusual decision to go to phase 2 very, very early for the purpose of producing the naked fanatics. And it was a match-winning tactic. Takiris didn't put any defences in place. I think maybe after the first one, that would have been the time to get more sentry towers up. He still had a population advantage after that first attack. It was close, but from there on in, Board Rusher bled him to death, basically. He was always getting in on the fields, always getting in amongst the female citizens, and turned what was an early disadvantage numerically into a mammoth population advantage. And it was only going one way, and I think Dakiris absolutely knew that at the point he resigned. There was no point. Let's have a look at the techs. Not a massive tech heavy game. All infrastructure upgrades for Board Rusher. Much the same. I think he got more tech upgrades. Got further with food upgrades because he was lacking the food. But yeah, no doubt about who the winner was in that one. A very, very smart performance from Board Rusher with naked Fanatics and rushing, as you would expect. Congratulations to Board Rusher on a really, really good performance. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. If you'd like one of your matches featured on the show, see the video description of how you can submit your replays. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles for more replays, commentary, and tutorials on 0 AD Newbie Rush. I'll see you in the next video.